So as I was saying before my video cut off, we've got some practice problems on the back, and they're going to ask you to find the missing side lengths and to leave your answers in simplified radical form. And they're all mixed. Like the first one's a 30, 60, 90 triangle. The second one's a 30, 60, 90. So you're going to have to know your rules. So if it's helpful, you can write those rules at the top. Remember your 45, 45s, the legs are congruent, and the hypotenuse is the leg times radical 2. The 30, 60, 90s, you had the short leg is x, double the short leg gives you the hypotenuse, and short leg times radical 3 gives you the long leg. All right, and you can also write down those three equations that go with those. So number one, if you take a look, and you can pause the video and see if you can get the right answer without me telling you what it is first. All right, so number one, I have the short leg. Love it when they give me the short leg because I can multiply it by 2 to get the hypotenuse, multiply it by radical 3 to get the long leg. So that is how easy that is when they give you your short leg. Number two, not too shabby when they give you the hypotenuse either. So my hypotenuse, I know this is my hypotenuse because it's across from 90 degrees. I can go to my short leg by taking half of 3. Even visually, it looks like half of it. And I know we're not supposed to go by looks, but even visually on a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So half of 3 is 1 1/2. To go to that long leg, you multiply that by radical 3. So hopefully you got those correct. And again, you can pause the video, unpause it, and see if you're getting any of these correct. Number 3 is a 45, 45. They've given us the hypotenuse. And remember, your hypotenuse equals your leg times radical 2. The radical 2's are going to cancel, so each of these legs are 10. And that should make sense based on the triangle. That would be 10, 10, and 10 radical 2. Makes sense, right? Number 4 is a 30, 60, 90. The 2 is that's right, the short leg. Love the short leg. I will double it to get to the hypotenuse and multiply it by radical 3 to get to the long leg. It's that easy. Dogs keep barking. Number 5, it's a 45, 45, 90 triangle. So the legs are congruent to each other. So the legs are both the same. They're both 2. And the hypotenuse is the leg times radical 2. So hopefully you got that one correct. Number 6. Again, a 45, 45, 90 triangle tells me my 2 legs are congruent to each other. And the hypotenuse is the leg times radical 2. Super simple. 30, 60, 90. Oh boy, they've given me the long leg. It's across from that 60 degrees. So long leg equals short leg times radical 3. So the radical 3's are going to cancel. So my short leg is 5. Double that to get to the hypotenuse, so my hypotenuse is 10. It's like a little pattern around the triangles. Hypotenuse on the 45, 45. Hypotenuse equals leg times radical 2. Radical 2's would cancel when you divide, so x is 6. And so is y. It's a 45, 45. It's an isosceles right triangle. The legs are congruent. All right. Hopefully you're pausing and unpausing, checking your work as you go. Number 9, they've given me the hypotenuse. So I love the hypotenuse or the short leg. So from hypotenuse to short leg, you take half of this. So b is 5. Now I can find my long leg by multiplying by radical 3. Short leg times radical 3. Number 10, it's a 45, 45. They have given you the hypotenuse. So hypotenuse equals leg times radical 2. So I need to divide by radical 2. So I have 6 over radical 2. I can't have a radical on the bottom, so we would rationalize it. Get rid of that radical off the bottom. You would multiply by radical 2 to the top and the bottom. Radical 2 times radical 2 is regular 2. 6 over 2 reduces to a 3. So each leg is 3 radical 2. 3 radical 2. So hopefully you were successful on this worksheet. Use these examples and the notes to help you answer the practice. Take a picture of it and upload it on Google Classroom. And there are some problems on the back of that worksheet that are a little challenging, but I think you can figure it out. Oh, now there's one more thing I want to tell you. Let me pull this up. They're going to say something about an equilateral triangle with an altitude. So an equilateral triangle, we know, has all equal sides. We also know an equilateral triangle's angles are all 60 degrees. So an altitude goes from the vertex down to the base at 90 degrees. So what kind of triangle is this triangle? That's right, it's a 30, 60, 90 triangle, because I just cut this 60 degrees up here at the top in half. So if they give you an altitude of, I don't know, side 9 maybe, I don't know what they've given you, and they want to know what is the side length of the equilateral triangle. So this is a long leg. To get to the short leg, remember, long leg equals short leg times radical 3. So I would divide by radical 3. Can't have a radical on the bottom, so I need to rationalize it. So this is 9 radical 3 over 3, which is 3 radical 3. Now, that's not going to give me my side of my equilateral triangle. I need to figure out that question mark. So to go from short leg to the hypotenuse, because that is across from that right angle. To go to the hypotenuse, remember, we just multiply by 2. So 3 radical 3 times 2 is 6 radical 3. So that would be the answer if your altitude was 9. And I think there's a few questions on that worksheet that give you an equilateral triangle with an altitude, and they want to know the length of the side of the equilateral triangle. All right, so use that example here to help you with those problems. Let me know if you guys have any other questions, and I will do what I can to help you. Bye.